All right, welcome to the Ninja Lounge, everyone. Hope you are having a great day. If you are new here, it's great to have you with us in this community. We are hosting AMAs like almost every day, we could say, if not. But we host AMAs. We have some great as well, like podcasts, educational materials, etc., which are mainly on Fridays. So stay tuned, check our pinned messages. And with that being said, we have our second AMA for today, and we have BetYourBeans. And here with us is Matthew. Matthew, welcome to the Ninja Lounge. It's great to have you here. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm doing great. Woke up early, got a bunch of work done for the real job out there in the film industry, and now I'm back home and ready to kick some ass.
Awesome. Film industry are here. So with that being said, let's move into getting to know you. Who are you? What is your experience like? And how did you come up into the crypto space, sort of?
All right. My name is Matthew. As you can see there, that is my real name. I'm fully doxxed on the website. I'm 38 years old, single, and I like long walks on the beach alone with my dog. I've been working in the film industry for around 15 years. That's kind of been my main gig. I worked on movies like The Revenant, Warcraft, Maze Runner, Star Trek Beyond. That is what I do. I deal with directors and producers and management on all levels. And I've been in the space for around a year. I was a project manager on Grimace Coin for a couple months over there, and really helped try and push that things forward and get things going. And I decided that it's time to kind of do my own project. I see that the space is filled with 21-year-olds and young people who don't want to show their face, and they want to hide behind the shadows, and all they want to do is take each other's money and scam each other. And I think the space needs to change, and you need to be transparent and honest, and you need to innovate, and we need to build the crypto space up to be something that's respected and known for things other than rug pulls and being the Wild West. So I came up with this concept, Bet Your Beans, back in December. I've really started working on it probably for around 3 months. Started building our Telegram, I'd say probably 2 weeks ago. And, luckily I've got a really good little team here with me who are helping build it. And we think we have something really special and very unique that you've probably never seen in the space, and you've definitely never seen it out in the real world outside. So, we're here to talk to you guys a little bit about that.
Wow, sounds great. Yeah, and your experience definitely over there to the filming industry. It's really good because I believe there is no one in here that couldn't know any of these films and all that stuff. So yeah, that sounds very interesting. So you started this concept, you said back in December, and you start building your Telegram only 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, we had a small group of people who, when I left Grimace Coin, kind of followed me to be like, hey, what are you doing? What's up next? And we had just a small discussion group. Then we had the official group, but we didn't push anything really out until a couple of weeks ago, right when we started doing AMAs. And we're like, okay, let's get members, let's get people, let's try and get legit investors in here. We didn't want to go public with it too early. So, because then people are like, where's the website? Where's this? And, there's a lot of stuff that needed some finalization to really go public with it. And now we're in the let's go ham, let's get community, let's find people who believe in what we're doing and start, growing upwards.
All right. And how many people are in the core team, in the external team?
I'd say that there's probably around 8 of us altogether, from our DApp developers over at CoinFleck to Sam, who he's kind of the first person that hopped on board as a partner here. We got Carmen Crypto, who's pretty well known in a lot of spaces from things like Do Your Own Research and DBT. And Jeremy, who's kind of our head of HR. It's going to be a very important part as we start moving forward. And then, a couple other people that are just working behind the scenes there that really put a lot of effort in building our community, like Ruby and stuff like that. And, Sage helping with marketing. There's a whole bunch of people. And then you've got other people who also come on board, but they help out not as consistently, because everyone's doing multiple projects. But yeah, I'd say there's probably 8 of us in the core team.
Nice. And I can see on the website as well, you guys are doxed over there. So that's a
Yeah.
that's a good sign, for the investors who don't know you, and they're checking website and all that stuff. So yeah, and let's talk then. BetYourBeans. So what is BetYourBeans? Is it what the name says? Is it something else? What have you developed over there? And actually, why now? Is this is this a good timing for you? Is this what you wanted? Like you feel like this is the right time for you?
I'll answer that part first. Is it a good time for me? Yes, I'd say about as confidently as I can say yes, because the fact of the matter is we have a unique concept, and being first to market is the most important element of this project. Um, it's yeah, and like let's be honest, yeah, the market is down right now, and it sucks. People don't want to throw in as much money into like their private or NFT sale. People are a little more hesitant, like what's going to go on with it. But at the end of the day, like we've been to these bull runs before. There's no better time to get into a project than when the market is down. If I would have launched this at the top of the bull run, we'd be in a totally different space right now. It would have
Right.
been, you understand, like I've seen so many good projects die simply because the community loses faith and people sell. But these projects also base their success upon their market cap and liquidity, and that's not what we are doing as we build this business. But I'll get into that. So the long version or the short version of this, I would say, BetYourBeans is we are a peer-to-peer social betting app with GameFi elements and totally unique custom smart contracts. So here's how it works. All right, I'm sitting here, and me and Sam are arguing about what Bitcoin's going to hit in August of next year. I'm going to say it's going to be at $100,000. He's like, "You're an idiot. You're wrong." I'll say, "Yes, I am an idiot. I will admit it, but I'm going to take your money. So put your money where your mouth is. Prove you're right." So I'm going to go to BetYourBeans.com. I'm going to use the DApp or the mobile apps. And I'm going to go there and I'm going to go create a private crypto bet. I'm going to connect my wallet. It's my first time doing it. It's going to ask me for a username. I'm going to come up with a username and I'm going to register it to that wallet address. I'm going to send that custom URL or a QR code over to Sam, and he can join this bet. And he's also going to connect his wallet, pick a username, and now we can pick from the top 10 cryptos. We'll say Bitcoin. We're going to say August. I'm like, I'll throw $1,000 down. Let's go. You're wrong. He'll say, fine. There's a built-in chat directly on every single bet that is made, so you can talk right there. You don't have to switch back to Telegram. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can just type right there and be like, well, maybe we do 100. You want to do 50? What do you want to do? Right? Because the whole point is we want you to come in and place a bet in under a minute. This is not a complicated platform. It's fun. It's easy to use, and you and your friends can go to head-to-head all the time. So what's going to happen? We've agreed on $1,000. We're going to connect and sign that money off. What's going to happen is 5% of it is going to go to the BetYourBean team and back into our staking pool to keep that APY higher for people who are invested and believe in the project. The other 95% is going to get locked into a custom smart contract that is, it's created by a factory deployer. So it's going to look at all the options that you picked for your bet, the cryptocurrency, and it's going to make a custom smart contract based on what you guys specify and send that money off into the smart chain. And it's going to be held over there. So what that means is that 95% of the pot, we've taken our 5% as a service fee. That 95% is now held out there in the crypto space. We do not control it. We do not have access to it. And those contracts are owned by the two people who've signed it, right? So now what's going to happen is that custom crypto API that we built is now watching. It's like, here's what these guys have specified. And come August, it's going to start looking at that chart. Or ahead of time, depending on the specifications, it's going to be looking for that thing to become true or false based on what they've chosen, and it's going to automatically validate that. So we don't have anything to do with saying, yes, this was right or wrong. That API that we are building is automatically going to do that, right? It will send that money back to whoever's now won. I'm going to say it's Sam because Sam's pretty smart, and I make a lot of bad bets every once in a while. And he can go then claim that 95% of the pot, which would be 95% of $2,000, right? So it's safe, it's secure, and there's unlike anything out there on the market. The other thing that you'll be able to do is you can also make an open bet. So you can be like, again, like that's a long-term example. You can be betting on stuff for 4 hours from now. I think Squid Grow is going to up 2%. We can add Squid Grow as a custom contract if we'd like to in the future. Now people can go bet on short-term things that are coming out. But you can also open a private bet so anybody can see that bet that's available. Like, what's good? What's good? That guy's an idiot. I'm going to take him up on that in a week from now. It's going to validate it. We can discuss the bets again. And then the third way that we're going to be doing bets at launch is we're going to do custom bets. So I can be sitting there talking with Sam, and I'll, in person having a beer, and I'll be like, I bet you can't eat that foot-long sandwich in under 30 seconds. And again, Sam will say, yes, you're an idiot. And I'll say, not right now. I'm not. Because I know you can't put that foot-long in your mouth in 30 seconds. So we'll go here. We'll say, open a custom bet. I'm going to write, I bet Sam can't eat that sandwich in 30 seconds. Sam agrees with that. Again, we'll just put $5 into the pot because why not make it simple? Boom. Now that's our contract. The thing about the custom bet is we are responsible to validate it. So I will have to say that, yeah, Sam's really good at putting footlongs in his mouth. Sorry, Sam. And I lost that bet. What's going to happen is that, Sam will now get that pot. Now, obviously, there's the question, well, what if you guys get into a fight about it? Well, I'm going to bring a bigger baseball bat than he has and beat his legs. No, we'll take a friend. Maybe we're sitting there and AJ's there with us. And we'll be like, AJ, can you third-party validate our bet? She can come and connect her wallet, and she will be the deciding vote in it at the end to be like, okay, Matt's being a baby. Matt doesn't want to validate. He wants to keep his $5. She'll be like, Sam won over here. Sam gets his, his pot. So, the custom bets are very exciting because, we're going to be adding things like sports APIs. And when we start adding these other APIs, again, now we can add football games. We can add soccer, or, American football, soccer games, whatever, F1. And when we tie into these APIs, you'll be able to go and bet on upcoming sports, and those will also be automatically validated. But the custom bet will let me be like, Sam, I think these guys are going to throw 300 yards in, the fourth quarter or whatever it is in an American football game. And so you can get very specific about it. And, if you trust that person, you got another validator as well, then you can really dive into unique statistics, whether it's sports, whether it's gaming, whether it's listening to a podcast, whether talking about some reality show as it's streaming. The world is your oyster. We can start making bets on whether we think a project is going to rug within a certain amount of time. So that's kind of the main way that the betting platform is going to work. Do you want me to stop for questions? Do you want me to dive into the BetYourBeans token and the economy a little bit?
Let's get into some questions, and then we can move on. So you said that you will have a chat within the app, yeah?
Yeah.
So okay. So will this be monitored by your team, etc., so they can verify certain things when it comes because I get the concept, but still, as you said, when it comes to the sandwich, right? So what if both of parties still continue not to agree, and how you are going to verify something that it's not on blockchain?
So that, again, we are not responsible to verify something if it's not on blockchain. And so this is where you should know the person that you're betting against and have a certain amount of trust with that person. You know what I mean? That's very important. But again, you can have somebody else come and be a third-party validator, right? I mean, I will never be able to know over here if two people in another country played the game of darts in the bar effectively. We're going to leave that up to them. But what we're going to do is offer that option for the validator. And when you start using the platform and we really build up the social media side and the social profiles, you're going to have a rating that says whether you're, truthful or not as well. So if you're a really shitty bettor, people aren't going to want to play against you.
Okay, so it will be like a review system for them, right? For their profile.
Yeah, the social profiles are so much more than that too, which I'll definitely dive into a little bit at some point here. Yeah.
And let's say that these two people do not agree, right? So they're claiming both of them are right, but someone, of course, is not right. So what happens in this case?
So you have the option to beat the shit out of the other person, but we do not recommend that. My lawyer tells me to stop saying this. You can also not be friends anymore and disappear. But at the end of the day, we are going to offer a withdrawal function. So you can't agree on it. Me and Sam, we can't agree. I'm like, fine, no, you're an idiot. I'll be like, hey, let's just withdraw, and we're never going to speak again. If that's what we're going to do over $5, and there's obviously something else going on. But there will be that option that if you cannot agree, or people place a bet and then they just forget about it, we're looking at ways where we can probably just refund them their money a year or two automatically or something down the road if they've forgotten about the platform and what's going on here.
Okay, so you will still, that means that you will have access to these contracts, so you can release these funds, so yeah?
Yeah, because we are still deploying that contract, right, through our factory deployer. But the contract is technically theirs at the end. Like we can't take that money and take it back, but we can say, okay, let's send them their money back because they can't agree or they forgot about this, and what's the point of that money sitting out there doing nothing? So.
Right. Okay, so there will be no function like. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
They will have to sign though to do that withdrawal. Like we can't automate that. They will have to be like, okay, we're going to withdraw. We'll both agree to that, right? And then they'll get their money back, right? But with let's say people have forgotten about these bets, as our social platform is there, we'll be looking at ways to be like sending messages like, yo, you guys have not pulled your money out. This bet ended a long time ago. If you guys want to go here and do this, and they sign again with their wallets because they control it, and then it comes back to them.
Yeah, that's a good point over there because when it comes to these long-term bets, for example, when Bitcoin will be like in 6 months or a year where Bitcoin will be, it's a long-term one.
Yeah.
And so what will happen if someone loses his wallet? Is there any other way around if they can prove that that it was their wallet sort of, but they lost it? Is there? Let's say
like they don't have access to the wallet anymore, but they placed a bet?
Yeah. Let's say they placed a bet like in a year from now and they lost it.
Right. That's a hard one that we can't really do much about, because all we're doing is a wallet connect at the end of the day. So it's going to come down to them working through Trust Wallet or whatever service or MetaMask that they're with to try and recover their wallet. That's just a general blockchain thing. We don't, they're not making a wallet with us. They're just connecting a wallet. So there's not a lot that we can do to validate any of that. It's going to come down to you. Like if you're an investor in the space, you know how to protect yourself, where to keep your seed phrases, you know what I mean? Like we're essentially like, we'll take our 5%. We're giving you guys an awesome service that's going to bring you guys back and want you to use this platform and make some passive income. But at the end of the day, like once that contract is made, all we can do is still connect you to each other and try and keep the ball rolling. But it's up to you guys to be able to, you're responsible to be able to get your money back. And that will have nothing to do with our technology or our app. That's just standard blockchain fare.
All right. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. And it comes down to what you said, like, especially on blockchain, if you lose your seed for etc., then you're done. Doesn't matter which app or service you're using. And for the chat that you will have in there, what about because there will be like, let's say, shared personal data, etc. So what about it? What in regards of the security and the data protection of the users?
So I mean, the only data that go ahead. The only data that's really going to be shared is the username. I mean, obviously, once they make a transaction, they will be able to go and see the wallet address of the person that they're betting against. But again, that's pretty normal for blockchain. If you're going to interact with another user, that's just what's going to happen. But the only information that you're really going to have is going to be the username that they've picked. Right, so I could be Matthew 2369 or something stupid like that. That's all they're going to see. When we do a bet together, they'll be able to look at the smart contract and see their wallet. But at the end of the day, that's the entire point of blockchain is if you're interacting with people or buying or selling, is the transparency of where your money is coming and going, and the wallets of who you're dealing with. But we're not taking your email, we're not taking your home address, we're not taking anything. You connect your wallet, you write down your username. You'll log in right there with the Web3 Connect, and that's it. And you come back, it's just the same thing, except your username is now registered and tied to your wallet. So we're trying to make it really easy to come on board and use the platform.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's really good when it comes like to their personal data, etc. Because we are like in blockchain, etc. So we don't need uh, any data to be stored somewhere, etc. For the users.
Yeah.
Okay. And in regards of let's say you will say like on first place you will have the top 10 projects, right? So people can bet on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then can they vote on the next one they want to add, or how? What's the process if they want, let's say, to add Ninja token, if we to be listed in there so people can bet?
Yeah. So, I mean, ideally, I would love to be able to add custom contracts all the time. That's kind of what we wanted to do off the top. But it makes more sense financially to start with the top 10 cryptos that people are talking and speculating on. And then we'll start circling back around to like what contracts, like cryptocurrencies, do we want to add to this that people are going to look at? And so like you get things like Angel Dust or Squid Grow. It's like if we can go adjust our custom API and add these things before they launch, people can be looking at launch and be like, what do you think it's going to hit by the end of today? Then you got short-term bets like, I think we're going to hit $100 million market cap. Okay, I'll take you up on the bet. I don't think it's going to hit it. So we'll be able to start adding different contracts as we go along. We are very, very community driven. We want feedback from people. We want them to talk about features they'd like to see. We want to hear what cryptos they would like us to add to the platform. There's a lot of ways that we're going to be bringing the community on board with this, especially with the GameFi and social elements. So we're not going to be sitting back on the edges just going, hey, we're just going to sit here with the top 10. We want to encourage people to come and use the platform and see the value in it. And part of that is by adding new contracts and cryptocurrencies to it that we can follow.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because you need to reduce the workload and working hours for your devs over there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
could you say like have you considered actually like having like a DAO system? Not DAOs, but anything like a voting system for them to vote as well, like community-wise, and not like from the team what they want. Let's say they see there is a hype token out there, and they want like to take bets on it, and you see like your community really wants that. Could you take it under consideration? Could you work on that?
Yeah, so I mean, like, I don't feel that we have to necessarily have a DAO system to be able to listen to our community. Like anybody who's seen our AMAs and knows us, like we're pretty open, honest, and transparent, and we want that type of feedback. We could definitely do some sort of system where you guys can tell us what you want to hear, and we would go for it. But we're not going to do anything where you have to really buy our token to be able to have input on this project. So like, just let me dive into a little bit of the, I guess, my ethos for cryptocurrency and the space. So,
Yeah, sure.
all these projects are like, hey, you need to buy our token and hold this certain amount to use our platform. I'm like, this is already such a complicated space. Why the fuck do we make it so difficult to take money from people? So, we are first and foremost a social betting app. We are second a cryptocurrency. And so what we're doing here is we're very dividing kind of the two things. The Bet Your Beans token is good for two things. You can come and you can stake your Bet Your Beans token, and you'll earn. There's going to be money going to the staking platform on every bet and every buy and sell on the chart. So that's going to keep that staking pool high. So you're going to listen to us. You're going to be like, I think these guys are going to do bangers. I think this is going to change the industry. I'm going to come in and I'm going to invest hard, and I'm just going to take that passive income coming back to me and BNB, right? The other thing that you can use BYB for is the social, your social account. So we're starting pretty basic with our Bean Score system. Think of it like Xbox achievements. Every bet you do, every loss you take, betting consistently and winning consistently, you're going to get score added to your list, and you'll be able to look at the leaderboards and see like who plays the most, who's doing the best overall in here. And as you play, let's say we do 5 Bitcoin bets against each other here, and I win 5 in a row. I could unlock a custom avatar. I could unlock a title plate that says Master Bitcoin Better, that I have to meet these specifications to get, right? And so then now I've unlocked this thing. Now I can go spend some BetYourBeans like an in-game currency, and I can buy that. Just like you can unlock a skin somewhere else in a game, but you will have to spend a little bit of your tokens or what you've earned, right? So we're keeping BYB very over here on the side. Um, on the other hand, for you to come and use our platform, you do not have to hold BetYourBeans. You can come in and right off the top for our version 1 launch, we're going to be using BNB and we're going to be taking Crow. We are a BSC smart contract. That's where we're deploying the token on. But we want to make it easy for you to come on board. And this is where I think the space needs to change. Is like, why make people come out and then swap and then buy our token and force them to look at a chart for me to try and charge them a little bit for offering a service? At the end of the day, what's most important to me is that 5% that comes back into the company to develop and to go back to the investors who've staked their BYB. And I think that's very important. And what this means is that we are no longer relying on our market cap and our liquidity to determine if we're successful. People are going to come, they're going to sell on that chart, they're going to dump on that chart. We expect it. Everybody wants to make money. But at the end of the day, if I only have $10,000 in liquidity, but I have 1,000 transactions going through and we're taking 5% to go back into the company and the investors, what's the venture capitalist going to look at? They're going to say you've got $10,000 in liquidity, or they're going to say you guys pulled in $10,000 today just in the 5% fee that's going to get split between holders in your development. That's a pretty good return on your money, right? And that's also one of the things about this platform is I don't have to go out and be like, hey guys, come buy this BetYourBeans token. Sure, we would love you to buy our token. We want to see that money come into our accounts with our taxes and let us keep developing. Do what you want to do with the chart. But at the end of the day, I don't have to get my grandparents, my friends to go buy fucking SafeMoon and explain crypto so I can pump my bag. That's fucking selfish. And this space is catering to way too much of that shit. If I can get people to come on board and use an experience and they're willing to pay that 5%, that money comes back to holders. It comes back into the project and the team so we can keep innovating and building out all these things that like are going to be incredibly massive. And I wish I could talk about it, but I'm sick of trying to sell crypto and charge to people, but I have tons of people in the BSC space, a lot of them influencers who are like, man, I would use this platform. I can come on board and in a minute, place a bet and use it. Like, I don't give a fuck about the token or the chart or anything like that. I just want to place that bet. And that's where, we're going to really innovate this space to the app and the experience are what's going to be pulling money into the people who've invested in the platform, just like a real world business at the end of the day.
All right, and yeah, I mean, as I was saying on the main chat, I do believe from what I've heard, and because I've heard your project, like the past few days, and I'm really glad actually that you came for this AMA in here, so we can deep dive as well. Yeah, man. I mean, I strongly believe that this can be a trend, like betting on everything. People go crazy for that. Yeah, you have certain platforms that you can bet on for like relate to football, basketball, or etc. But when you can if you can eat your sandwich, as you said over there, people can be so creative when it comes to that, and this is what I think that it will turn to be a big success and trend, right? Yeah, that's
Thank
one.
There's plenty of sports books out there. So we know that. We are not a sports book, because we are not taking your money and holding it or anything like that against anyone. And those guys have a shit ton of money. At the end of the day, this is you and a bro throwing down after some beers. You're wrong. You're wrong. I can do this, or the market's going to do this, or Chelsea's going to win this game. You know what I mean? And so that's really what this comes down to.
But like last night, it was my mate's birthday, and we were all sitting around the fire, and then he brought out the TV, so we were watching the San Francisco game around the fire, and two of my buddies were arguing on whether or not Remember the Titans was based on a book, and they ended up betting money on it. I was like, people, it's in their nature when you get around, you're sitting having a couple beers to make these just silly bets, but like, it's really anything, and then they bet on like the Super Bowl, things like that, but they were just in this competitive drive mode with each other. If they had a platform to do it on, it's exciting. I had to bite my tongue a little bit, but it's these guys, like it's a draw for everybody. Same with like these shows like The Bachelorette. People make pools about who they think's going to win, there's no sports book aspect to that, but people want to bet on these things.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I believe that everyone in here has been like in situations where we have been out with friends, family, or whatever, with colleagues from work, and we have put like certain bets out there. So now you can just do it on blockchain. So there you go. You want to bet?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And because you're going to have like Formula and UFC, you said, etc. So in terms of like regulations over there, what does it apply, and what about people who are in certain countries that maybe sport betting, etc.? Is it considered actually sport betting? Like say there is a football match and they want to place a bet on that with someone. Is it considered like a sport betting? How does it work?
So, there's a lot of, depending on what country you're from, there's a lot of legal issues surrounding betting and gambling and all that type of stuff. We understand that. The way that we are viewing it right now is that first we have to crawl before we can walk, before we can run. And so the basis of this is that like all we are doing at this point in time is we are connecting to people. And because we don't actually control that smart contract, the people who make the bet do, we are not a betting service. We are essentially a contract factory deployer that you specify, you make the bet, you say what you guys want, and then you two own that contract that gets sent off. So we're not really a betting platform. We're offering a service for you guys to build your own smart contract, control it, and then automatically get that smart contract validated, right? And because we are not holding your money, we do not need a banking license, right? Because everything is held on the smart chain. At the end of the day, we're covered in regards to a banking license. Now, we are fully prepared. Our partnership with CoinFlect, I've known them for a long time. They're the smartest devs in the space as far as I'm concerned. They build custom blockchain tools. They're also Canadian, like myself, like Sam. They have gone through the process of registering a company in Canada, having the other company down in the Cayman Islands, having the board of directors, making sure that all the rules and regulations between, the parent company are all good. And so we understand at some point here, as we scale upwards, we're going to have to grow into being a proper registered business. At this point in time, we are not quite there yet. And there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to figure out. But obviously, as our pre-sale goes, we have a crypto lawyer who's done everything for CoinFlect and Dependable so far that we're going to be talking to make sure that we're protected and to make sure that our consumers are protected. So when we actually build the legit business all the way up and we're going to be registering that company in a place where we are good for the gambling rules and regulations. At the end of the day, if you live in a country where you're not allowed to gamble and you come on board and you use this platform, whether through a VPN or whatever, or how you make it work, that's going to be on the user. You know what I mean? Just like some countries, like it's illegal to look at porn. There's people looking at porn in those countries. But we're going to do whatever we can to protect our investors and protect our consumers. And we're going to make sure that at the end of the day, like our company will be able to flourish and continue on the correct path. And we will have the money after a pre-sale to get us in that correct direction.
Okay. And what is the amount of money needed to start working on that?
Okay, so I'll dive into our private sale and our pre-sale right now. So
and
we're doing.
Sorry to cut you off. Since we have the NFT buy competition over there, maybe you could touch as well on that so people can have it on their minds, and if someone is interested, they can go and check them out. Awesome.
Yeah, we got into this 5 minutes, and I realized I didn't bring it up at the beginning because we had other stuff going on, and I was like, I was looking for a good segue, so I appreciate that. so what we're doing right now is we have our private / NFT sale going on, and here's how it works, and here's what you should go buy. What we have done is we have pegged the value of tokens to our NFT, and that is how we are raising funds for our private sale. So what this means is you're going to be buying, you're going to mint an NFT. They're 0.25 BNB each. They're super cheap. And there's above pre-sale value pegged to these. So let's say you mint one of these at 0.25 BNB and you get the diamond will give you 60% above presale rate. So you will get 0.4 BNB worth of tokens pegged in value to this NFT. So you'll go anywhere from, let's say, 15% up to 60% above what you would get if you bought a presale. Now, because we've pegged the value of the tokens to the NFTs, you can never get those tokens out of there. So this complicates things a little bit. Is, people might not want to buy the NFT knowing they can never sell those tokens. That's unfortunate. But the people that are buying the NFTs are the people who are going, damn, this is a long-term play. And what's going to happen with these NFTs, you're going to have great staking value on them. That's the entire purpose of them. So you're going to get really good bang for your buck. But because we have value of tokens pegged to them, and you can see that at mint.betyourbeans.com, you'll be able to see that if we go to a 10x or we go to 100x, the value of these NFTs for resale value is going to rise. So if you decide you want to get out of the project or do something else and sell that NFT, people are going to pay probably pretty close to market price of what our tokens are currently at to get that NFT for staking purposes. Because the NFTs are sick, they're beautiful, and there's only 800 available. You're looking at like, this is something for the long term, right? So it's totally unique. No one has ever done anything like this in the space. Again, it means we're not going to have any private sellers dumping on us when we launch. There's no like, hey, what happened? I thought these were your friends. I thought they were vested. No, you're buying an NFT believing in what we're doing. You want to get some really cool staking and good value out of it. And you want to help support our project. If we can sell all 800 of these, that will give us anywhere between $50,000 to $60,000 in marketing, and then we're going to use that money to get our staking DApp ready, so you can stake these before we launch the token. So you're going to get all that high staking APY money coming back to you guys for the first couple of days where trading volume is very high, and from then on, you'll get a whitelist spot when you buy one of these as well. For the pre-sale, that will be on Pink Sale, I believe, is where we're aiming at this time. And then on Pink Sale, we are looking to raise $250,000 to $500,000 in total capital. Now, before I get into the pre-sale part, just a heads up, we are doing a buy competition on these NFTs. Go to mint.betyourbeans.com. It's super simple. You connect your wallet. The CoinFlex guys have built this from the ground up. It's super secure. It's awesome. It shows you how many NFTs you own. But if we sell 10 NFTs during the course of the AMA, we're going to pick one of those wallets and we're going to give one randomly to somebody from that first 10. If we sell 20, we're going to give away 2 NFTs. And again, we'll pick it from all the wallets that I've bought within that period of time. So, I mean, I encourage you guys to go check it out, and hopefully we can be giving an NFT or 2 away here. So I'm sure there's people dropping the link in the chat.
Yes, they did, and great concept. I like the fact, and again, like everyone, there will be no token sales, so this is not the usual private sale. They are selling the NFT instead of the token.
Yeah.
And how much is the private sale? If you sell all of them, like how much is considered of the? Do you still take an allocation from the private sale of the tokens out of circulation of this raise?
Sorry, no. So the private sale, it's a pegged value of tokens, not actually pegged tokens. Right. So we haven't taken anything out of supply for it, but we are valuing that based on it. And that's how it works in the staking. Is it looks like you can go to the minting DApp, and you'll see right there how many are pegged to the bronze, how many are pegged to the silver, and how many are pegged to the gold, or how many are pegged to the diamond. And you'll see that you're getting above what our pre-sale value will be with that.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Everyone, you can check it.
Somebody bought one. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay,
I mean, shit. You know what? I don't. Even if I don't sell 10 during the AMA, whoever buys now, even if there's only 5 buys, I'll still send an NFT to somebody who buys in this time period. So don't worry about.
Like that.
I mean,
get it out there.
Yeah, like we're gonna give one away either way. So you might as well hop in there and get a chance.
Okay.
Man, I got goosebumps, man. I'm so excited about this.
Everyone, please don't buy yet. Let me just log in on my MetaMask. Once I buy, you can buy.
He's like, let me see if Matt sent me that NFT. Promise me first before you buy.
Right. So here's my question, right, regarding this.
Yeah.
So you said you guys are definitely willing to hear suggestions. right? So obviously I'm a market guy. I love the market. One thing I don't like, right, is so I have to log into somebody else, go through, let's say I'm short, right? But I want like an option, right, to basically, it's like a call option where I go in and so if the market stops me out on my stop, right, I've got to go through somewhere else and do all this other crap to do that, right, on Bitcoin or wherever I want to go, right? It's a way to mitigate my stop, so I make money on my stop. Is it plausible for me to go in and say, okay, I don't want a time limit. I just want to say if price goes from here to here, and then somebody else says, okay. So basically, it's like an option, but it's a real simple contract, and then they bet, and then I put up how much money, and they have to cough it up as well?
Absolutely. So that's one of the things that I really liked about it at the start with the API is it's pretty much, because a lot of these things, to short it, you have to have it be a registered on an exchange, right? But this is kind of a way of shorting something, having a stop loss without actually having to set it, right?
Yes.
That's exactly something that you'll be able to do with this.
All right, here's another question. All right, sorry. So right now, I can't short markets, micro caps, right? Because there's no way to do it, right? Unless somebody decides in pancake swap or wherever, right? Where you can figure out a way to do it. But this is basically, would it be possible for you guys to be able to set up a way for us to be able to go through, right? And saying, these are the launches today, major launches today. Where do you want to place your bets? You're not, again, you're just a contractor. You're not actually setting it up. You're just simply saying these are the launches today. And all of a sudden, us just start jumping in and say, yeah, I think XYZ is going to stop here and drop here. And literally, I'll be able to short it.
So there's so many things that we're going to be able to do with this down the road, and expand on adding custom contracts and things like that. But the thing is, like the custom API that we're building, we will have to go in and add the tokens on there. So if at some point we need to build some sort of deployer that will automatically take the new tokens being listed and automatically add them into there, that's definitely something that I think we will be looking at. I mean,
can I work for you guys? I want to work for you guys. I do.
Send us a DM. It was funny because like the other day I was talking about like the world is our oyster with this, and I was like, what would you guys think? And I just kind of came up with those. I'm like, what would you guys think if every day you can go take a lot, and we came up with a good name for this too. We'll be like, yo, Squidgrow 2.40 just came out. Do you guys think it's going to rug in the next 24 hours? And boom, we'll make that contract. And you can come and say, yes, it's going to rug, or no, it's going to rug. And whichever one ends up winning at the end of the day, let's say it rugs, everybody on the yes side gets the money from the no people split up between them, right? So this is something that we can build, and we can start engaging with the communities. And we're going to build the Ruggernaut bot, where now you go in there, you pick that contract, and it's all decided. And now you've got a bot that is tracking it, and you can post it in groups and say, is it going to rug or not? Click yes. Click no. People click on it, brings us to our app. They connect their wallet. They drop them whatever we've decided the price is for you to put your vote in. And at the end of the day, one side is going to win or lose, right? So there's so many opportunities for us to branch out and automate a lot of this process as well, that now we can be speculating on any project that launches at some point in the future, right? So we'll probably be doing something like that with a bit of a custom contract, but allow as many wallets as we can to connect. We have to really dive into the specifics as it's a new idea, but all that type of shit where anytime something comes out, you and your community are arguing about like, we're taking it to rug or not, let's go. And you're going to put your money where your mouth is, and you're either going to be a winner or you're going to be a loser, but it's going to be decided by what's going on in the market.
Nice. Yeah, this was one of my next question, like for later on. If there will be like bet pools for everyone who can bet on certain things, like not only just in between two people, but many people. And then if you have 3, 4, whatever options, then those who picked up the right one, they can share that pool. So you will have it. Will that be available straight away, or will it be developed down the road?
Sorry, say that once more.
So, like you said, creating a pool for a certain bet. Will that be available on launch, or will it be like down the road? Will be developed later on?
That won't be
Go ahead,
version
Sam.
1, no, but it's something absolutely that we want to strive towards. I also like the idea of sort of community betting as well. Like if you're a Bengals fan, you can join the Bengals community and then place bets together, place against rival teams together. But unfortunately, not for version 1. Version 1, we're going to be focusing on just getting out a very good product so we can sort of show our use case and then get some money, get some interest, get some adoption. But absolutely, and we're going to be looking for community feedback on what they'd like to see. But something like that, those group betting, I think is absolutely going to be something we'll investigate for V2, V3, but it's definitely in the works for conversations to be had.
100%.
Yeah. As you said, guys, like there are so many potentials with this concept.
Well,
Really,
so
really great one.
here's the thing is like we haven't even touched on the Be the Best platform, and so this is where our GameFi and social elements are really going to start branching out, is because we're going to launch with the Bean Score system. So every bet, everything gets you kind of a way to compare yourself to other people on the leaderboard. But after we launch, we're building a historical API. And what that is going to do is now it's going to track your stats against every other person you bet against and your win-loss ratios and every bet you place. So when we build out this social platform, you're like, yes, okay, I want to be in this. I'm willing to put myself out there and tell people how good or how bad I am at this. Now you're going to be able to go to a crypto chart and you're going to be able to look. You're like, this guy's got 100% betting ratio over 110 bets. Damn it, I think I can predict the market better than he can. So now you can add friends, you can add rivals, you can direct message game invites and bets to each other, sports bets, whatever you want to do. And you'll be able to keep track of your friends and be like, yo, I just did 5 Chelsea Football Club bets in a row. I won them all. I just got a fucking custom avatar. What do you got, bro? Come on, man up. And so this is where the gamification elements and the unlockables, the unlockable avatars, title plates, bragging rights, the disses, there's a whole graphical element where you're going to be able to kind of pimp your profile out to show that you are really good at this and that your betting ratio is fantastic. And so this is going to bring repeat players on board. This is where people might have $5 in their pocket, but they're going to want to use the platform because they're going to want to get that betting ratio up because they're the best bettor in some sort of custom bet or crypto bet. You know what I mean? So we're going to be bringing the people through. They're going to have repeat plays. And as we scale onwards and upwards, there's so much we're going to be able to do socially that, I think it's essentially going to be unstoppable. I mean, we are aiming at the sports audience. We're aiming at the Chad bros, the guys who want to throw the money down, the classic bro arm wrestle of like, nah, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you. That is what we are doing. We're not nerding out into hardcore sports books and all that type of stuff. It's really you versus your friend. Who's more knowledgeable on anything that you want to bet on? Prove you're right, take their money, and come back and do it again the next day.
Amazing. And so will the NFTs have any other purpose? Have you thought anything any extra utility for the NFTs down the road, or it's something that you're considering, nothing to reveal yet?
For these NFTs, we think the PEG tokens are the best value because they're going to scale, obviously, with the market cap. And the whitelist spot is a pretty solid incentive. We would like to do potentially future lines of NFTs down the road for people who are like big players on the platform, and it's all speculation at this point in time, but maybe we'll do a second line of NFTs to raise a bunch of money so we can push some app development further along, but maybe we'll take a percentage off your betting fee. You're like, I'm going to use this platform for the rest of my life. If I could save 1% on every bet from here on out, you'll be doing pretty good, for the price of the NFT. So we're going to find ways, especially with the gamification, the social elements, where if we do other NFTs, that's going to add a bunch of value. And some of the things that we want to add to the platform down the line are pretty much built to deal with exclusive NFTs for people who use that part of the platform. So there's a lot of ways that we can go about that. I can't speak too much about our future steps on that regard. I can't let the cat out of the bag because we will get ripped off. But obviously being first to market and innovating is important. So we're keeping a little bit under our cap. But yes, there's some pretty interesting stuff that we'll be able to do with NFTs.
Ooh, I'm excited because I minted my own now, and I'm about to check it. Which one is it? Marshmallow over there dropped me the link so I can check your own refinable. So Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, looks really bullish. The things that you can do with this project, with this concept, all the ideas that are endless. There are so many potentials over here. And yeah, actually, I cut you off earlier when it came to the NFT, but continue, and I want to touch a bit on the pre-sale and the amount that you're going to raise, etc.
Gotcha. So the pre-sale, we're looking to raise $250 to $500,000. It's a pretty big ask at the current conditions right now, for sure. But that's going to give us a fully functioning version 1 app. So that's going to launch with our crypto bets, both private and open. That's going to launch with our custom bets. That should be launching with the Bean Score system. That's going to have the built-in chat, the URLs custom created for every bet that you place. And it's going to let you really just start to use the platform, right? So it's going to cover that. It's going to cover a significant amount of marketing. We are marketing this after, Sam came up with the idea after I brought him onto the project of like, well, let's go Jack and the Beanstalk. This guy's, it's an old fable for those who don't know, but this guy sold everything he had for some golden beans. He planted them in the ground, climbed the beanstalk, fought the giant, got the golden eggs that were laid by the goose, and changed his life. And it's kind of the story of crypto. So we know that, it's great to do calls and AMAs, and we're going to push down here in the space, but we want to get this out into the real world. We've all seen the crypto.com commercials. There's so much potential here for us to take this dude, have two guys playing pool in a bar, and I'm shooting this or directing it. And inside, they're in the middle of this thing, and out of nowhere, this guy pops up and goes, "Oh, you want to bet your beans, do ya?" And we get these really funny viral video interactions with this guy in a Jack and the Beanstalk costume. And we really start to target that demographic of the sports players, the guys who want to casually bet or bet on crypto. So we know that marketing and branding outside the crypto space is also very key to building this as a legit business and not just something for crypto players. And that is definitely our long-term goal, is we want people to come on board, use a fiat on-ramp, and place a bet. So you don't have to be a crypto investor or nerd to be able to use this properly. We really want to simplify that process in the long term, right? So a large chunk of the money raised will be going to that, but that money will also be used to start working on the historical API, start working on the sports API, start really fleshing out the long-term systems that we have planned for this to build this into a company. This is not a project that's going to be dead in a year. This is a project that 10 years from now is going to be a hugely successful financial company, because we are innovating. There's nothing in the space like it, and there's nothing in the real world like this where you can bet peer-to-peer like this with these elements.
Yeah, I mean, you really have because the first thing I was thinking, like, the amount is kind of it's big, right? To raise, and I was wondering where all this money will go, but definitely there are a lot of things that needs to be worked over there, and the biggest one could be the marketing part. And what starting off your marketing, I mean, other than the one that you're doing now for your pre-sale to raise money, etc., within the Telegram groups, like once you launch, you will finish your pre-sale, you will launch, etc. What will be your targeted audience moving forward? Are you going to continue like only like the crypto audience, or are you going to expand and get people outside of crypto as well?
It's going to be a combination of both. Being kind of the first to this space to actually, I think, have this idea so solidified, well thought out, and understand how to get there, along with what needs to get built by, the Dapendable and CoinFlect team to do it. I think we have a pretty massive advantage there, but marketing can be incredibly difficult. We're obviously going to be targeting the people here in this space as people we've all been fucked over at some point. We've all lost money here and there. People want a little bit of hope that they're getting into a project that is going to make them money at the end of the day. And, it's one of the reasons we're really pushing that passive income part of this. So we're always going to be targeting our crypto folks. Like, it's very important to us. building community, having those contests, having fun, and having a safe place for people to come and hang out is very important to us. And a lot of the best projects have started very small, but they found the community members like T-Row, Marshmallow, Noah, who's now here. We've got these people who, like, you come in and they say hi, like, what are you doing? And you start building that safe space, and more people will start to notice that. So we are first and foremost trying to build the community of people who are looking for a real investment opportunity and look at what we're doing and believe they're involved in something big. Obviously, we will be targeting the real world. We will get the real world marketing going on. We'll get the press releases. We will get the videos going. And, obviously, I'm fully doxed. I'll be in them, and we're going to try and hit it very hard. We're in conversations right now with Brothers Marketing, who've done a bunch of rather successful projects. I think they're going to be a massive key to our success and to move forward and where to target exactly. At the end of the day, I'll be honest, like, I'm not a big marketer. I'm not even a huge tech contract type guy, but everybody has their strengths, and you have to understand this person does this good, this person does this good, and this person can do this, and it's finding that right team to come together. And we're definitely in the middle of building that right now, and I'm super excited every time that we get somebody else involved in the project who can really see the vision for this and push the marketing forward. So there'll be a lot of really interesting stuff coming up in the future. We just got to start really solidifying it, and we have to see how much we raise from this the private sale. I mean, the private sale right now, it'd be great to sell all 800 NFTs. They're 0.25 BNB each. It's pretty easy to just buy one and stake it. Depending on how we do, we'll figure out how much of that can go towards the app and how much can go straight into marketing to really build the pre-sale out. I mean, the beauty of us being transparent and doxed and honest in the space is, you start getting messages from people in large lounges who are like, hey, do you want to come talk? Or this is really interesting. Can you tell us more? So like the trickle effect of people realizing that we're doing something real is starting to happen. And it's very exciting to see the names that are reaching out to us, looking to hear a little bit more about the project. Now, we just have to prove it. We have to show that we can do it and be transparent about the work that we're doing. And I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to reach that pre-sale soft cap, if not the hard cap.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys continue the good work over there, and as you said, you have really great people around you, and we really want to thank our community member, the loved one, Noah, for introducing you guys in the Ninja Lounge. It's really great awesome to have. Absolutely, it's really great to have good projects around and people that are really working hard to do something different on this space. And man, it's really hard to mint. I want a diamond one. I got only 2 bronze. Looks like I'm not lucky at all, but. In regards of connection, do you think, could you say like you are pretty well connected in the outside world, so you can sort of, start market yourself, like your project yourself out there because of your experience, like I believe that that's an advantage for you being on the top of the project. You can sort of market it without any spendings.
Yeah,
so do you consider yourself well connected?
I mean, most of my connections outside in the real world are film related. That will bring us a lot of benefits when we actually start shooting stuff and the quality of what we can shoot. I mean, I love directing. Like my first crypto project was actually going to be, funding movies, and everybody that invests becomes, a producer in a way, and they profit share on it. But at the end of the day, this seemed like a bigger project and something worth going down the road on. But like, I love directing. Like, I've been in film 15 years building these movie sets so that I can go off on the side and direct my own projects. And crypto's going to get me that feature film that I want to shoot myself. I mean, we've won awards. Kevin Hart has given me a shout out for our grocery store action movie. You can check it out. We won Just for Laughs West. I went to Montreal. Like that's really what I'm passionate about. So there's connections out there. Bridging the crypto to real world marketing is something that we're really going to have to focus and find, the right marketing to do, because it's so different than a lot of what people are doing in the space. You know, you look at Grimace Coin that I was a project manager on for a while. They're like, yeah, they got real world marketing because somebody found the story about them being a scam coin and going this high, very interesting. And that's why they got real world marketing. You know, they did press releases and everything else. But for the most part, there's a lot of luck involved to getting recognized. So we need to find the best company that is going to help us bridge that gap into the real world, because the real world does not understand crypto marketing. A lot of crypto marketing does not understand real world. And this is what you start to realize when you're kind of in both of these worlds, is it's going to take a very strong, confident hand, I think, to make sure that our marketing in the real world is on point and key. But I'm confident that we can do that. And when we start getting real people coming on board who know nothing about crypto and using our platform at the end of the day, I think the world's our oyster or something. I don't know why I can't remember that shit. The sky's the oyster. I don't know. Sam, help me out here. What the fuck is it? Why is that line gone?
The sky is the oyster.
the sky is the oyster. Oh man, I had one earlier about, like, you know, my mom told me I was never the sharpest cookie in the shed, but I'm definitely the sharpest brick in the wheelbarrow or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out at some point.
Okay, by the way, wish me everyone good luck. I'm going for my third one.
Yeah, come on, man.
Good luck.
Come on,
Good luck, bro.
Come on, what is everyone? Show me some support. It's loading.
If he gets a bronze again, he's gonna be like, "It's a scam. Don't do it. Get out. All they're minting is bronze."
Oh, come on, 3 bronze ones.
No, you got this. You didn't just get a bronze, did you?
I got 3 of them. 3 bronze.
Fuck, I was better get a 4th.
By the way, I think that because of your experience, you know, in the filming industry, etc., we might know common people, because for the company I work, maybe you have used some of the products like Nuke, Modo, Katana, Flix. Have you used any of these programs, like, you know, for editing and all that stuff, for producing?
Are they they're software products, right? Yeah. So on my own films, like when I'm directing, I'm like dealing with everybody, but my day job is like, so I build the sets with trees. So like we shot The Revenant, and that was out here in Squamish in Vancouver. And so we got the guy in the bear costume. I'm the on-set greens person. And it's like that guy runs to our set in the green costume. And then I have to go stand up the trees he ran over, you know, fix the fern, get rid of the footprints. They can do a second take. So most of my work is very physical and very outdoors. You know, they'll be like, we're going to shoot this house. It needs to be in Florida. I'm bringing in palm trees, right? So that's what my day job is. But as the head of my department, like, I'm spending my days talking to producers, directors. The production manager for a show I'm on right now just called me. I'm probably in trouble, but that's par for the course. So yeah, it's pretty interesting for sure.
Okay, cool. Back to the project. Let's see what else we have here. So passive income, it's the staking, 5% fee will be taken from. Okay, so how the staking will be like only from the 5%? Will be the funds that will be injected into that pool will be only from the 5% of the fees, or from the tokenomics as well?
Yeah, it's also from buying cells. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And is this going to be like API, like a fixed API, or like depends on the volume and on the pool?
It's going to depend on the volume of the pool.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So again, that's where, like, at the end of the day, you getting people to use the platform and talking about it, and, you know, getting your friends on board, that's where a lot of that passive income will come out. You know, it's kind of that snowball effect of guerrilla marketing, where the more people that use it, the more money is coming into the platform. And a lot of these people that are going to use it, they're not going to be interested in the chart. They're not going to be interested in a staking pool. The staking pool is going to be people who have seen the vision, seen the team, and believe in what we're doing. And like, yeah, I want to earn a little bit of money every time somebody uses the platform. And at the end of the day, all we have to do is get people to use the platform. We don't have to sell a cryptocurrency. We don't have to get anyone to buy BYB to make money. We just continue to build the community and the social experience, and we all win off of it. It's essentially guilt-free. I mean, we're all aware that if you just buy into a moonshot or a cryptocurrency, and you make a shit ton of money off it, that money's gone and somebody else is not going to get money, right? It's a very, people don't like to think about it that way, but at the end of the day, somebody's losing for us to make money. At the end of the day on this, nobody's losing. They're paying willingly for a service, and you're making money off of that. So I think it's a very unique way to look at making money in this space that doesn't essentially taking money out of the hands of people who might not understand charts or be following something as tightly as you and miss out on their opportunity on a moonshot. You know what I mean? And then walk out of there broke. It's happened to me many times.
All right, and Gold Founder NFT, is this the same from the mint one, so we can mint it, or it's a separate one?
They're essentially, I'm going to fix that. It's really just founder NFTs. They're essentially the first batch of what's coming out, and you get the bronze, the silver, the gold, or the diamond, and it's random which one you're going to get. And there's only 24 diamonds available, so those are definitely the most valued, but you definitely get your money's worth. No matter which one you buy, you're getting your money's worth of tokens to stake.
Oh man, yeah. Personally, I'm really bullish on this one. I like it.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
I'm unlucky at the same time. And Marshmallow is gonna make me go broke. She's saying all the time that she's sending me his good luck, but looks like it's not working.
He's like, no, bro, you got this. You got this. Just buy another one. Just buy another one. You got this. Buy another one.
Where is he? Where is he? Marshmallow, give me your gold one, bro. I will give you 4 bronze. No, man,
don't do that. Don't do that. You're giving away like 1 BNB of tokens for like 0.4 BNB worth of tokens, you know. But I guess you get a bronze out of the end. So.
Yeah, I'm joking. Yeah, and I mean, I like the concept, as I said. That's why I minted my NFTs as well over there. Great job, man. I'm really excited and looking forward, like what else you will come up, new concepts, new ideas over there, because as we said, there are so many new things that you can implement and attach on this project that, yeah, endless ideas over there. Yeah, is there what else we haven't gone through? Because we are jumping from one thing to another. That's my fault, actually. Talking on the NFTs as well. But yeah, what else we haven't covered and you want to go through it? And it's it's really important to be mentioned.
I mean, I think we've covered most of it. We've covered, what we're launching within V1 with, the contract bets and the custom bets. The Bean Score system. We know that we're going to be adding after our launch that we're looking at building the sports API, and then we can just start tying in new sports. Obviously all that takes a bit of development, but again, we'll be talking to the community like, okay, we're automatically adding football games. What do you guys want next? You want rugby? You want soccer? Do you want pool? Do you want lawn bowling? We're going to be talking to the community to see what they want there on that. We're going to be building to be the best platform where now I can compare myself to Sam and see that he destroys me in every single football sports bet. And it's going to make me want to play him more. We got the avatars, we got the unlockables, we got the things that are going to reward you for playing. I guess the only thing that we haven't really covered is that from the time that our token launches, we're looking at doing our pre-sale 2 to 4 weeks from now, depending on how our private sale is going and whether we have enough money to feel confident getting that pre-sale complete. We're looking at roughly 3 months, I'd say, from the time that the pre-sale starts to get the version 1 of the DApp out. Right? This is not a simple contract. There's multiple contracts, a lot of APIs and custom work that has to be done with the built-in chat and everything. I've had people be like, yo, man, you're paying what for this? We can have guys build this in 2 weeks. I'm like, no, you can't. You guys do not understand how complex this is. And luckily, like the CoinFlex devs, they build blockchains. They build blockchain tools. They have so many big companies that they're in talks to partner with. That we are 100% confident what we're doing with them, but we understand this is a very complicated process, and it costs money to innovate. So keep your eyes open. Even if you don't buy an NFT today, like come join the community, come hang out with us. We're pretty chill. Most of the time you can come in and everyone's just slagging me. I will take it with open arms. That's kind of the gist. We're here to have a good time. We're here to build a business, and we want you guys to be a part of it. So come check us out. And again, don't forget the NFT sale is going on right now. And if you buy, you have a chance to win one if you buy during the course of the AMA. So time is running out.
Okay, yeah, but if they buy, then means that I will have less chances for me to get the extra NFT. I'm joking. Yeah,
That's very true.
check it out, and you can stake them. When did you say that the staking will be available? Will be like, are you trying to have it before launch ready? So people can stake?
100%. We are not going to launch without staking available, tested, and 100% secure. Right, we
Awesome.
know day 1 and day 2 is the best time for trading volume. That's what's really going to start to define our APY. And so, yeah, we will not launch without staking because that is where the most benefits are going to come in the short term. And then people might make their money, maybe they'll pay off the NFT, and then they might want to sell it. That's totally up to them, right? So, but yes, staking will be ready for sure.
Amazing. Yeah, please, guys, like check their Telegram, stay over there for the updates, etc. And if you were for the ninjas here, if you were looking where Noah is most of the day, he's hanging in there, so you will find Noah over there. Matthew, great job, man. Great job.
Thank you.
Super bullish for me. I love that. The way your ethos over there. It really means a lot. And your team is really amazing. Marshmallow should be your sales guy for sure over there. He made me buy like quite a few of NFTs. He's hyping me.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm amazed, and I'm pretty sure that this is gonna go big. You have the right team over there. You have the right mindset, and you only need like bit of the market to be on your side, so you can push this as soon as possible, so you can keep things rolling. But other than that, yeah, from my side, I don't think there is something else to be added. I think I have expressed everything. And yeah, if there is there anything like you want to add before we move into community questions?
Sam, do you got something you want to say, or?
There have been some questions, but I saw Marshmallow, some over there answering them. So let's see if there is anything else remaining.
All right.
Well, I'm good on final comments. I just want to say thanks again. Like, we really like coming to these AMAs because when you have an engaged community like you do, it makes it more fun in the chat. It's the good questions come out, and we get to really think about our project in a different way when we're asked different questions, right? So we appreciate you inviting us on and having us here.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks. Yeah, it definitely was a pleasure. I mean, to have you guys in here because this is what we need. Projects like this to be around, this space, adding some, safety. Let's say, having security. In the end, like it comes down to you never know if a project can succeed, right? It's still a bet. But knowing that there is a team working really hard to make it successful. It makes it completely different. All right, so let's move into community questions. If you are on the voice chat and you want to ask your question in here, just unmute yourself one by one. Otherwise, if you can type your question on the main chat. And don't forget, we have the NFT competition going on. Okay, I see 191 so far.
Thank you.
So I have a question regarding the safety of the liquidity pool.
Yeah.
What security measures have you taken to really make sure that you guys don't get hacked?
Is this Sam? Sam, can you get closer to your mic? We cannot hear you.
I think it's Pedro.
It's Pedro?
Oh, hello, can you hear me?
Pedro, you're very quiet. Can you move your mic?
In regards to your liquidity pool and the safety of it, I mean, all I see is one giant big target on you guys for black hats to try to get into that, right? How have you been able to secure it through like a security way for your liquidity pool that where you basically distribute that money to your investors?
So I mean, what's going to happen is we're going to be taking the money that's coming back into the trades, and that's going to be going back into obviously like the staking pool. as well as into the dev and marketing wallet, right? So the liquidity pool is really going to be filled mostly by people buying the BetYourBeans token and selling the BetYourBeans token either for staking purposes or for the GameFi elements, right? So even if you guys drop, let's say, BitBoy wants to use this and drops $1 million bet on us, we don't have access to that bet. We don't have access to that money. That doesn't go into a liquidity pool, right? It's simply just going back to the dev team marketing wallet and into the staking pool. So our liquidity pool will obviously, I think, it will go up as more people come on board and they want to buy the token and they think our chart is super bullish. But everything that the CoinFlake devs are doing is like extremely secure. They run stuff through testnet for weeks. Like it's an incredibly secure, safe programming company over there. And I wish RJ was around because he would tell you a little bit more about that type of stuff because they know a lot more of the tech side. But I have zero concerns about a liquidity pool.
All right. I don't know. Maybe we can have him on for a second AMA just to talk about that because I know we have quite a bit of people like DeFi, Matt, DeFi Skeptic, or Chris, DeFi Skeptic, and a bunch of other guys that go through and basically find weaknesses in the code. And I mean, when you think about Solana, right, they've been hacked twice, right? A bunch of the major stuff have been hacked. So my biggest thing is I love your idea, and I definitely going to be investing into it. So my biggest idea is just simply, I want my money to still be there, right? I want when dividends kick in, or not dividends, but whatever we want to call it, right? And when that kicks in, you guys start paying me off of my money. I want to make sure that somebody can come along and go, boop, and then all of a sudden it's all gone. So that's just my main thought.
Yeah, there's also, if you want to too, we have some other AMAs where RJ and Benny are on there. I think the Caesar one, they spoke quite a bit about security. So if you want to listen to that, we can send that over to you as well so you can hear what they have to say about that sort of stuff. It's
Thank you.
They're really well spoken. They will be in the community, and you're more than welcome to ask them questions when they're in the voice chat there. But if you wanted to hear kind of an answer now to your questions, I think those recordings might help you out with that too.
Okay, I'll definitely look at that. Appreciate that.
They're generally in our AMAs for the super tough tech security questions, but they've just been slammed today.
Thanks, Pedro. And also, Pedro, can you mint golden NFT for me? All right. So, anyone else has any question? You can either unmute yourself or type it in the main chat.
If RJ pops up on here, I'll let you guys know.
And also make sure to join their Telegram. JB has posted the links. They are pinned as well. No, yeah, they're like on the. If you click it on the pinned one, it will be the second message below that. So yeah, a lot of things to come when it comes to BetYourBeans. I like the name actually. How did you come up with the name?
I was looking for something clever. Something that rhymed well. I think that's a large part of marketing, something that's clever and flows off the tongue. And, everybody talks about BNB as being beans, and it just kind of made sense. Because we're also going to be taking other forms of currency as well. I did talk to people like, do you see beans now as just being BNB, or do you consider it anything in the space that's crypto money? And it seems like general consensus is beans is now just like, a lot of people start in the BSC and then they get into Ethereum and stuff. They still come on and say, yo, you made any beans today, even if they're talking about Ethereum, right? So we think it's pretty versatile. And yeah, I don't know, man, just a spark of inspiration and realizing that there was a utility missing in the space. One other thing that, I didn't mention that we are going to be doing is we will be taking right now we're taking BNB and Crow off the top for bets. We're going to branch that out into taking Ethereum 2.0. We're going to start adding the cryptocurrencies that are on the rise that people want to use. So we make it easier and easier to use the platform. We want to open it up to as many potential players as possible.
Hey. Awesome. And I see RJ has arrived.
RJ, Pedro had a question about security for our liquidity. He talked about Solana being hacked. Maybe, Pedro, you can form the question again to one of the smartest men in the room.
Excellent.
I hate saying that out loud, but it's so
Hey man, listen, if you're the smartest guy in the room, there should be an issue there. So a quick question. When it comes to the security aspect of liquidity pool, right? Like I see nothing but targets for black hats to want to go after, right? How are you guys going through? You don't need to go into the details of the coding aspect to be able to, to say that it's secure. But what are you guys deploying, and how are you guys basically securing the nest egg so that I always can make sure that no matter how much money I'm investing into you guys, I've got money coming back to me?
Might be a little bit confused about the question. What do you mean liquidity pool?
So the amount of money that you guys are getting, right, from off of every trade, right? 5% of it goes to you guys, correct? And then a lot of it then goes to the investors who invest. Am I correct to understand the way the project works?
Are you talking about the token volume, like the BNB rewards that go into the staking pool?
Yes, that's exactly. How is that? How are you guys making sure that that's not going to get hacked?
Well, it's not like it's a custodial type of thing. So we just use what you would consider basic safe math for anything where the contract can accept it. Much like when you put liquidity tokens routed to a contract address, the contract can hold it, but they're essentially burned because you can't access it. Nobody can access it. They can never be removed. I wish there was a way. And we've tried multiple times because our old contract has some liquidity that we can't remove. So we use the same method. It can go in, but never can come out, but can be dispersed based on the contract's decision, which even Matthew will not have any type of way to like dictate how it gets dispersed. The smart contract takes care of it all. You guys still with me?
No, yeah, I was hearing you. Yeah, dope. That's it. That's all I wanted to make sure. Sorry, you answered it. So I just want to make sure that money ain't going to be taken. So if I invested, say, $10,000-$15,000 into your business, and my ROI is basically coming in. Obviously, at first, you guys are going to need to really get your name out there and get it going. But once you become a cult classic and people are betting everything from clipping toenails to like stock market to betting games, it's a done deal for you guys, right?
Gotcha. Yeah. So what we did was we actually created staking pools that were taking the kind of the general consensus of that and implementing a lot of those features into Matthew's pools, because what we created was anybody can deploy anything, and we have to watch out like bad actors out there. So he's going to get the same code base, as in it can be deployed, it can be deposited, but you don't know who's in control of that contract. So the owner has very limited functions, as in the owner can extend the time and the owner can also add more yield because he's going to need those functions. But at no point should he be able to remove all of that, because that is technically set in place for people and that should never be taken away from them.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, it's the fact is that I can go in there and sit there and say, okay, I want to make sure that I can short, if I'm shorting, some micro cap, maybe on version 2 or 3, right? And you guys have the API system worked out. I can go in and say with the contract, right, with the contract codes and all that, or whatever contract addresses, I can sit there and say, okay, I want to bet against this at this point. This is my stop. So I can go through and be able to play both ends, right? Or be able to sit there and play a long shot, right? That's cool. I understand that. My biggest thing is this, is simply you guys are bringing in cash to pay your stakers, right? And so those stakers, I see that, that pool just getting huge. I can't see it not like that. I mean, you guys are going to be on every single social platform in the world. So I mean, within weeks, I'd be shocked if you guys don't blow up within a month and a half, 2 months, where all of a sudden you're $2 billion, $3 billion, and then you're gonna have to deal with the SEC after that point. That'll be interesting to see how that works.
We remove when we build code, we remove the emotional aspect, and so if the smart contract holds it, anybody on the team can be emotional and be like, I really need this money, and there's a lot in there. I only need to take some. Once it's there forever. And so it just eliminates the entire emotional aspect.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I love it when RJ speaks.
Thanks, RJ. Yeah, definitely.
All right,
And
I'm gonna head out. Good luck. Unless you have any other questions for me while I'm here, I can stay for a few more minutes. No problem.
Anything super tech contract security related before he gets out?
yeah, and definitely, people will join your Telegram. So if there is something else, I believe that we can find RJ over there. So we don't have to keep you over here, AJ. Thanks for popping in and
Yeah, thanks, bud.
letting us know.
No problem. All right, see you later, guys.
Appreciate you, bro.
Take care. And there is Faith out there. I just got my gold one.
Did you? Oh, sick.
Yeah.
We've popped over the 10 sold mark, so now we're going to be giving 2 away. But how many have we sold?
Two
I
more
think
for
12 or 14.
2 more for
So
200. Yeah.
all right, so
I
now
think
we're giving
15.
2
How
away.
much
So,
was it? 183. Nice,
oh yeah,
nice.
15. Right? Look,
Well
if we
done.
look, we'll give away 3 if you guys buy over 20. So if you buy 5 more, that's going to get us into giving away 3 of these NFTs. So, but I know we're running out of time. Are you guys on a schedule too?
Okay, we do. Let's see. I see some questions.
Yeah, bring them up.
So I think from AJ, will there be an opportunity for betting on, say, a work bet with a spreadsheet on, say, birth of co-worker's baby, sorry, or weight, etc. I think this was answered by Sam, wasn't it? The question from AJ, or do a spreadsheet on a contest between friends could be entertainment?
So let me see if I can find that question. I've lost my Telegram to
Yeah,
where
I
I'm trying to
saw that it was answered by Sam. If AJ,
Oh, okay.
can you let us know if it was answered, please? Or someone else? Yeah. Let's see. Let me find it. I lost. They are really hyped on the main chat, so I lost the message. Okay. So yeah, I mean, the question was, will there be any opportunity for betting on, say, work bet or a work bet with a spreadsheet on, say, birth of co-worker's baby, or weight, etc., or do a spreadsheet on a contest between friends? So this could be entertainment.
I mean,
so yeah, they could bet on everything, as you said.
Yeah, you can bet on anything. You can come and specify, I think I can lose 20 pounds within a week, and you'll say, damn no, you're going to be a fat bastard, and I'm going to starve myself to win that bet. Again, that's where you can have like a third-party validator come in and do that. We kind of talked about the Ruggernaut, like the bot that we want to do, and where you'll be able to have people pool on a yes or no on whether a project is going to be a rug or not within 24 hours. We want to open it up to custom bets where you can have people come on board as well and place their bets on what it's going to be at the end of the day, and make sure that you've got trusted people validating that bet. So you could be like, do you think the child's going to be a boy or a girl? You could have all your coworkers come in and say boy or girl, and it's going to come down to the one person at the end of the day to validate that. And I think stuff like that is going to be very feasible and going to allow for a lot of community interaction.
Awesome. Wait a second, I'm just typing something.
No worries. Coinbase said, tell us about the CoinFlect relationship. So on that, I met RJ over a year ago, right after I entered the BSC. I have a group called Matt's Super Serious Chat for Super Serious Crypto Investors. We all kind of like figured it out together, and RJ was one of the smartest guys to enter the room, and he liked that we would talk about projects and try and do some homework. And so that's where I met him, and he's like, I'm doing this CoinFlect thing, and we're doing custom blockchain tools with consolidated validator nodes. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you obviously know more about this than I do. And then months later, down the line, they've launched their project. They've had all the paper hands get out, and they are consistently moving their project upwards. And then you hear them go down to like consensus, and they're partying, getting invited to go talk to this guy who's like one of the seed founders of Ethereum and Vitalik, who likes their work, and they're solving people are talking about their projects and they're just like solving problems in general conversations. And the partnerships that they potentially have coming up, I'm not really allowed to talk about, but are insanely massive. So, I've kind of taken a bit of their thought, whereas they've said it now, like after they launched, they've leveled out and now they're on the rise. They've said, we don't care about our chart. You're going to buy into their business and what they're doing. And like, if you guys have any concerns about CoinFlect, go listen to their Wednesday meetings. They do an update every Wednesday. They talk about what they've been doing, the meetings they've had, and what they're developing right now. And even their website is like so smart. You'll get as confident what CoinFlect is bringing to the table as I am. And I think that's really important to have partners like that. They'll tell me if they think something's a bad decision. They're not just here to take money. We're here to build something together. And I've said it time and time again, I would not be doing this project without their support, because there's a lot of it that I would be totally lost about. And they're honestly probably some of the most trustworthy people I've met in this space. They are a registered company. So I'm very confident that what we're going to deliver is going to be fucking groundbreaking.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, really excited. And it's really good to have like good partnerships and people who support you, because it's a long journey. It's not, as you said, like pop and dump. You're not here for the short term. So definitely you need people around you who will be supporting you, will have your back. Awesome. Okay, and there is, I'm not sure at which part was this question asked from Noah. So will there be tiered entry? So new bettors can only commit X amount of funds in any one bet? Also, will there be restriction possibilities so an individual can cap their betting limit and frequency?
Yeah, so, because we know that we're starting with small, we're talking, smaller bets, maybe $100 here and there, maybe 1,000 here and there. We're relatively open on what we're going to let people do off the top. But as we are, prepared to scale and pivot as necessary, we will be watching for people who are coming on board and maybe betting too much, betting without enough education. We don't want anybody coming in and getting all excited and losing everything they put into the crypto space as well. As we also build and become a registered company, and then have to follow the gambling regulations of the company, of the country where we register at, we're going to be on top of making sure that we are doing everything possible to ensure that people come on board, have a good time, but don't feel like, their life savings have just disappeared on them. That's not what we want. First and foremost, come on board and have fun, and it comes down to the bettors and their education. If you go to the casino and you got your limit of $10 every day, you can come here and spend your $10 every day. But don't come on board expecting to suddenly turn around and be a millionaire as well. You have to be smart about your investment, just like you are in the crypto space. And, if it comes down to us educating investors and putting limits on them as we scale, we'll be able to notice those trends with what we're doing, especially with the historical API. And we'll be able to try and nip that stuff in the bud and make sure that people are having a good time overall versus losing their shirt.
Awesome. And I'm checking the main site. What is the total amount of tokens pegged from the NFTs?
So like bronze, you'll get 104,510. Silver, you get 118, 142. Gold, you get 127,229 tokens. And diamond, you get 145,405 tokens.
But in total, what is the percentage of from the total allocation that these NFTs represent? The 880 in total, because I'm trying to calculate, how much you could get, if because. So the concept is really great here. Why I'm saying that by having the NFTs and having let's say big traffic on the website, on the app, people betting, and 2.5% out of it going to that pool, and you having X amount of tokens pegged to that, this could be like a really good passive income. I'm thinking over there.
Yeah. So
the potential is really good.
Yeah. Thank you. So what we've done is we haven't taken 10%. So total, if you dropped 200 BNB and you bought every single NFT that we had, you would have to stake 10% of the value of the total tokens available for the project with 1 billion tokens, right? So you could buy all of it and you'd be getting 10% of the total
Okay, so
supply worth in
that
staking, but you're not,
represents
yeah, but
that represents
we're
the
not
10%.
taking 10% out. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, what this amount represents. Because, for example, if it was, let's say, 1 or 2%, you could say, okay, it's not a big amount. So, the passive income that you could take back, it couldn't be that great. I mean, you still have some passive income, but yeah, being at 10%, like from the total of it, but you have a piece of that 10%, it's a really good amount. I'm just trying to kind of get an idea what the rewards could be, if you know, because again, seeing from AJ over there here question on the different bets that she could take. That's why I'm saying that people can be really, really creative when it comes to this one. So they could bet on anything and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. I don't see any other question. Let's see.
Well, we're running out of. We need 5 more NFTs to give away 3. I don't know if we'll get there in time, but once the AMA is over, we're done taking wallets for that pool. So we'll be keeping our eyes on this.
Okay, come on, guys. Either get any question like so we can keep that going, or we'll have to wrap it up.
He needs to win that silver or that gold.
So will the drop be? Is that already minted, or you will mint it and depends on what it is? Is it a random one?
I have a bunch of them to give out because we had to mint them all before we kind of launched the platform for the promotional project, right? Otherwise, you're going back in, changing the price, messing around with the contract, and then coming back and doing all this stuff. So we kind of minted everything for promotion ahead of time. Yeah.
Right. Okay, Matt, looks like no is there. No is saying like, how tall are you? What did you have for breakfast and all that stuff? So he wants to keep you busy. But
right, yeah, I know.
Yeah, man. Seems like we kind of we have covered everything. So if you could please give a closing statement and a call to action for everyone who is on this call and will be listening to the recording. That could be great, so we can wrap it up and then we can move to the giveaway part.
Awesome. Well, first off, again, thank you guys for having us. This has been fantastic. You guys came highly recommended for Brian over at Coin Launch Lounge and Noah. We did an AMA over there. Again, like super amazing communities. And I got to say, like, we spent a bunch of money on marketing a couple weeks ago, and it did not pan out as I expected. And since then, you just kind of get connected to these people like, yo, come over here. This is actually legit. And then so you go to Brian's, you go to Rude's, you come here, you go to Crypto Hideout, and all of a sudden you got all these great communities of like real people that are offering real advice and really want to invest and believe in the project. And I'm just like, I'm truly lucky to have that support from people who see what we're doing here. I appreciate anybody who's come to join our Telegrams, everybody who's bought an NFT. Our DMs are always open. You can ask me any question. No, I do not need a hype or a shill man right now. I'm good. I'm good on that front. But we welcome everybody with open arms. And Sam is always around as well. But just come join, hang out, and follow us on this journey. We know it's going to take a little bit of time to build this, but we're looking forward to you guys being there with us along the way, and I'm super excited for what the future holds. So thanks again for this opportunity. It's been fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's I'm hyped. I'm really bullish on this one. I see that it has lots of potential on this one. Again, I see you guys are really working hard over there, and about as you said, like you have done marketing earlier, and it wasn't that good. I could say that it's just about timing. It's just about timing.
Yeah.
sometimes it's not the right timing on doing certain stuff, but yeah, looks
Yeah.
like you have the right timing over here, and we are glad to have you here as well. So with that
Thank
being
you.
said, everyone, make sure to join their Telegram. Great community over there. You will find Marshmallow over there helping you to get the NFTs for the first one. You know, give his best vibes, energy over there, so
Yeah.
you can get your gold ones.
Also,
Great team.
thank you.
Yeah,
Just
go
to
ahead.
know, like we sold 15 AMAs, or sorry, 15 NFTs during this AMA, and that's awesome. That's fucking incredible, and I appreciate that a lot. Like, it feels good to see the support of the community, and we really appreciate that. You know, you have some slow days, and you get a little worn down by some of it. So to come in here and have you guys believe in us that much, it really means a lot. So thank you.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you delivered well. So this is a reflection, you know, of your actions, of your presentation, of your attitude, and you know your ethos over there. I do support this kind of moves, projects, people. So yeah, definitely.
Cheers.
I'm really glad, and I believe that JB as well. Like you know, we will be supporting you guys moving forward
Thank
on
you. It
achieving
means a lot.
your targets. So yeah, make sure to join their Telegram. JB has posted the links over there, and try to avoid Marshmallow.
Quick question.
Just
I have a
having
quick
fun with
question.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One quick.
Pedro.
So, are you guys also going to build like I heard you talking about charting. I'm going in and out of a couple things. So, are you guys going to be having like a charting system with that as well? So, let's say somebody buys a certain amount, I can look at the chart, and let's say it's like a month long, right? It's like somebody's saying, "Well, I'm going to lose weight, right, or whatever, right?" And so I'm able to see the bets going back and forth. Could I even bet on those charts of being able to short the chart, saying, "Okay, I want to say X, Y, you know, from here to here, I think it's going to hit this and then drop." Will I be able to set up little contracts like that as well off of those?
Long term, like V2, V3, we're going to be able to really dive in depth into odds, shorting, that type of stuff. You know, at the end of the day, as long as you can find somebody to place that bet against you,
Yeah.
that's good, right? We do not want to be taking your money and then holding it and playing against you. Because once we start doing that, now
SEC.
we're a gambling product. Whereas right
Yeah.
now we're like, give me $5, give me $5. You guys are good. I'm gonna give it to the winner. The deal is between you guys. And so that's why, you know, we feel very confident that we can move ahead and be safe in what we're doing. If at some point we decide that we need to hold people's money and we want you to play against the house, now we're looking at making sure that we're following regulations, we're giving correct win percentages, we're 100% transparent that the win percentages are actually real against the house. So there's a lot more work to do to ever do anything against the house. So now playing against each other, keeping it peer-to-peer really simplifies things for us, but the world is our oyster. And as we blow up and become this company and we start branching out and expanding, who knows what we're going to be able to do with it to offer you guys more options to play on the platform. You know, so there's a lot of stuff that we can't talk about yet, but I'm going to be pretty excited, I'd say, in 4 to 5 months to tell you guys the next phase of this that opens it up to unlike anything you guys have ever heard about in this space or outside the space. It's pretty fucking incredible. But that's top secret for now. So
Excellent. One last question, and I swear. Social
So
social
you
media.
guys can still mint, right? So we
Yeah,
still
yeah.
have questions to rest.
Right. Social media platform. Have you guys thought about even playing off of that as well? And so literally, let's say somebody's sitting there losing weight, right? They can create their own platform or their own, like, I don't know, like, you know, like I have my own little thing on Facebook, right? Have you guys thought about also creating something in conjunction with that so you can sit there and create your own little thing and be able to show videos of saying, "Hey, I'm losing weight," or XYZ,
Yes.
right?
So something we didn't dive into too much here, but we want you to come and hang out and build your own communities in a way. You know, that would be long term, but if you could come and you've got a dedicated group of people who want to have their own community and talk about the Chelsea Football Club, you know, we want to offer you that space. And then you can come in and you can brag about your wins. Other people can talk to you and argue against you on it. Then you guys can go off and do a private bet or join a pooled bet where some people think this, some think that. You know, like that is what we want to build towards. We want you to be able to easily share your profile with your betting, which be like, check this out. I bet you can't do better than I can, to people outside the platform. Sam is very heavily into the sports betting side. We want to be able to take this and build it into a media platform where once a week you can go on YouTube and you can watch this and be like, all right, guys, the biggest play of the week was out here on the Chelsea Football Club. Check out user Man City Filmer. He dropped $100,000 on this pot. Unfortunately, he lost. That knocks him down on leaderboards, but check out newcomer down here. He plays 5 bets successfully. All right, let's go talk about here on the crypto bets over here. We're going to be, we want to be the Barstool Sports, fun, entertaining, right? So I'm sure Sam can say a word about it.
Yeah, like things like I would love to, like we saw, I don't know if anybody was watching the games yesterday. There were some brutal plays, especially the Ravens games. Anyways, you could have like a specific moment of the game that lost the game. Let's say Lamar Jackson fumbles or something like that, right? You could see and then calculate it and put up on the screen that clip as well as how much the community lost or how much they won. If there's an amazing play like Tyreek Hill or Waddle get an amazing fucking touchdown, you could have that just gained our community $20,000, or this was the most expensive or the most profitable bet of it, but mix it in with the clip too, so the sports fans can watch the highlight reel but also have that kind of monetary tie to it as well. There's a ton that we can do with it, and that content we can put out just to keep people interested in it. But a lot of these sites that people go to right now to ingest that sort of content, they then hear all this betting advice. What are you betting on? Who's that betting on? And then they go to these separate apps. I have no idea why they don't contain it, but it's generally because these sort of applications don't have the ability to use smart contracts in the way that we will. There's a ton of other functionalities that we're not going to talk about quite yet that we have in the woodworks that are going to draw in a mass amount of betting influencers, a mass amount of these types of people into these communities. And they can have their own community room. Like Matt could have his own community room of people that just want to chat with Matt because they're already watching all his Instagram videos and all his YouTube videos and stuff. So it's you could have your own. I see that you have your own YouTube channel. You could have your own community that will bring people that already watch your YouTube videos into contact with you. Like there's a ton of opportunities for this, but we're not quite there yet. And I know every time I get talking about it, I get a little bit excited. But right now we're focusing on V1. We're focusing on putting out the best application that we can initially to get the ball rolling, get people interested. But I can assure you that this is a multi-year massive project that's going to be coming down the pipe here. So when we talk about these NFTs and these tokens that you can stake, it's really like having shares in a company. It's not like other cryptos where you're just trying to like moonshot bounce. This is really like getting into the ground floor of a massive company in the future.
So
I agree. You guys are amazing. I'm looking forward.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
So I'm pretty sure, Matthew, that that you will have Pedro over there now, being
That's
around
good.
your community.
That's-
It's absolutely good. It is indeed good, because overall it feels it's a good return out of this AMA. I can see everyone is really hyped. Chat is really active, talking about the NFTs, about BetYourBeans, about ideas on the chat. So I have Marshmallow doing me offers over there, betting.
Yeah, I know. Marshmallow's pushing hard.
Yeah,
I love it.
he's doing some non-brain offers over there. But yeah, man. Once again, thank you very much. Definitely we'll be in touch. Feel free to forward all the updates, announcements in the group that we have, and we'll make sure to post them in the Ninja Lounge.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have our support over there. And since you did your closing statement, I would like, from my side, to thank everyone. Thank everyone who came to this AMA, taking your time. It's been almost 2 hours. It was a long day for everyone. So yeah, I appreciate your time. I appreciate everyone. And then at the same time, thank you, BetYourBeans team. Matthew, you did a great job, man.
Thank you.
Great concept, great idea. And yeah, stay tuned, everyone, for the giveaway. Thanks, everyone.